When we have a vision and a roadmap to our goal, we are more likely to see success. With the chaos that happened with distance learning and with hybrid learning, many schools are starting to dust themselves off and beginning to envision a plan for the next school year. If you're a teacher that is head of your department or head of your grade level, or if you're an administrator, I'm going to share with you the steps to having a plan to gear up for the next school year. It's an outline that will be helpful any given school year, but with everything that went down in 2020, you might need this more than ever before. Welcome to the Teacher Revolution, where I give you tips and tricks to continue to grow as an educator. I'm Cindy, I'm a counselor and a teacher coach. Before I share how to successfully make a plan for the new school year, make sure to stick around till the end of the video, where I'll share how you can pick up a one-page PDF with all the information that I'm about to share with you. Having horizontal and vertical articulation is vital in order to be on the same page when it comes to understanding the needs of students and how to plan appropriately. The discussions can and should consist of discussing patterns and inconsistencies among students, some common misconceptions, and all the unfinished learning that might have happened. Even if you have a plan for your site, due to the pandemic, things need to be looked at differently. A lot of standards that usually would have been covered in a regular school year weren't even touched. A district pacing calendar will be useful, but it might not take into account the specific needs of your school site. For instance, the amazing kindergarten teachers at my site were not able to get through all the letter sounds that they usually cover. The 5th grade teachers were not able to cover all the different opinion pieces that they usually go over. And the 7th grade science teachers were not able to teach much science because that time was used for social emotional learning. So based on the direction and focus that your school site was working on throughout the school year, your planning for the next school year is going to be impacted by that. Here are 6 steps to planning a successful school year. And if you want a one-page PDF of this information, make sure you stay till the end. Step 1, current grade level teachers document unmet standards or learning goals. One way to do this is to have the focus standards available for the teacher, and they can just circle what they feel the students were able to master, what things they just had exposure, and what things they didn't have exposure at all. Make sure to make this process a reflective practice and not an evaluation of how they did. Step 2, vertical conversations are held. Once gap standards or skills that should be revisited for the next school year are identified, teachers need to share that information with the subsequent teacher. It will allow the teacher time to plan accordingly. Step 3, horizontal conversations are held. Grade level teachers will plan how to incorporate identified gaps for the next school year. The gaps that will be addressed should be the ones that are critical for learning the skills that comes next. Since instruction needs to be focused on grade level curriculum, how will the gaps in instruction be addressed? Will they be addressed during centers, as a daily warm-up, using science or history time, or embedding the skill that you're reviewing into your science and history lesson? Maybe the skill will be met after school or before school, some kind of enrichment. Step 4, grade level teams decide on essential standards. Using guides like Achieve the Core for math and language arts, they can help the teachers select the standards that they will focus on. Step 5, write common assessments and SMART goals. To gather information on whether or not students are showing progress in the gap skills, common assessments should be given weekly or bi-weekly. These should be focused on the standards that were agreed on in step number 4. Step 6, decide on the benchmark scores and a tentative window date for administering the assessments. For each common assessment and for each SMART goal, you should answer the 3 following questions. How will I know that they are learning? How will I respond if they don't learn? And how will I respond if they already know it? Ready for a free one-on-one session with me to discuss how to gear up for the school year or anything you need advice on? Head over to my website at cindyrosa.com for information. Remember to hit that like button if you've learned something from this video. If you would like a free one-page PDF of the things I covered in this video, you can click here. Leave any questions you have in the comments section, and I'll make sure to answer those questions as soon as I can. I hope you found this information helpful and maybe inspired you to try something new. Thanks for watching.